Can you feel it, Leo? A major shift is brewing beneath the surface of your life, and it's closer than you think. Welcome to Eternal Mindfulness. This isn't just another horoscope reading. This is a cosmic appointment you were always meant to keep. Think about it. What if today, right here, right now, you were standing at the threshold of one of the greatest breakthroughs of your life? What if April 29th, 2025, isn't just another date on the calendar, but the day your soul has been quietly preparing you for? If you found yourself here, it's not by accident. It's not random. It's divine alignment. The universe has gently guided you here because something magnificent is stirring in your destiny. A portal is opening, a rare, powerful shift that touches not just your finances or career, but your spirit, your relationships, your entire path forward. Leo, your inner flame, the one that never truly dims, is about to ignite brighter than ever. All the dreams you've tucked away, all the recognition you've longed for, all the abundance you've imagined but maybe dared not claim, it's not just possible. It's arriving. It's gathering momentum even now as you listen. This moment, this video, this breath, you're standing inside a sacred crossroad where choice, courage, and cosmic timing meet. And the beautiful thing is, you hold the power to step into it fully. Before we dive into the depths of what April 29th, 2025 holds for you, from astrological alignments to powerful tarot messages and practical steps you can take, I want to take a sacred pause. Let me take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for you. Thank you for your presence here. Thank you for every like, every comment, every heartfelt share, and every subscription that draws you deeper into the Eternal Mindfulness family. Your support is the heartbeat that keeps this channel alive and growing, and allows us to continue sharing these transformative messages with souls like yours. And trust me, my radiant Leo, you're going to want to stay with me all the way through today's journey, because what the universe is revealing to you right now is nothing short of breathtaking. Now, before we move on, I invite you to ground your energy and claim your alignment. Drop a sacred number, an angel number that comes to your heart, in the comments below. Maybe it's 111, 555, 777, or whatever whispers to you in this moment. That number is not random, it's a symbol, a key that unlocks the flow of abundance already making its way to you. Breathe it in, Leo. Feel the power stirring around you. And get ready, because the story of your life is about to take a major leap forward. Let's dive in. Not every day are the doors of destiny flung open wide, but on April 29th, 2025, the universe has conspired to give you that rare invitation. As the sun, your celestial ruler, absorbs the golden light of Venus and Jupiter's harmonious embrace, an extraordinary window of expansion and recognition forms just for you. Opportunities that once seemed distant, career paths that once felt blocked, dreams that once flickered at the edges of your mind, all of it begins to crystallize into something tangible and real. This isn't merely about luck falling into your lap. It's about the culmination of every silent effort you have made, every private moment of courage no one else saw, every decision to keep believing when it would have been easier to give up. The energy of this alignment is not a random blessing, it's the echo of your own perseverance, finally catching up with you in divine timing. You may feel an invisible yet undeniable pull toward visibility, toward being seen not just for what you do but for who you truly are. No longer are you meant to chase the light outside of you. The light you seek has always been within, and now, the world is finally ready to recognize it. This energy asks only one thing: will you allow yourself to be seen? Will you step into the fullness of what you already are? Imagine a mighty river that has been gathering strength behind a dam for years. The dam is not being broken by force, rather, it is dissolving by your readiness to receive. When the river flows, it does not hesitate. It trusts its own momentum. It does not question whether it deserves to reach the ocean. It simply moves forward, naturally, inevitably. Your own journey is no different. And yet, readiness is not passive. Just as a seasoned traveler checks their maps, prepares their supplies, and remains open to unexpected turns, you, too, are being asked to prepare consciously. This is where practical action meets cosmic opportunity. Now is the time to sharpen your personal and professional presence. Update your resume, refresh your social media profiles with authenticity, align your external image with the internal greatness you have cultivated. If invitations to network, to collaborate, or to present yourself arise, answer them without shrinking. Speak your dreams aloud, not boastfully, but boldly, knowing they are seeds the universe is eager to help you grow. The wheel of fortune turns, and it does not wait for the hesitant. Its momentum favors those who trust the rhythm of change, even when the destination is not yet fully visible. There is a teaching that reminds us, the greatest journeys are not made by those who have everything figured out but by those who have learned to trust the next step. You do not need to know the entire path. You only need to trust the opening that stands before you today. There is a quiet wisdom in remembering that even the mightiest lion does not chase every opportunity. It chooses when to rise, when to step forward with power and grace. You are being asked to choose now. To understand that the flood of light pouring into your life is not just for illumination, it is for growth, movement, transformation. You are not here to wait for permission. You are here to claim your place, to radiate your truth, and to let life respond in kind. The universe does not reward timidity, it responds to courage clothed in authenticity. And today, Leo, everything, the stars, the energy around you, and the silent readiness within you, is aligned to say, this is your time. Step forward. Not with urgency, but with quiet certainty. The wheel is turning. The gates are open. Will you walk through them? There is a quiet yet profound truth that flows naturally from what we've just explored. The same energy that illuminates your destiny also governs the way abundance finds its way into your life. Money, often misunderstood as a mere object or goal, is nothing more than a mirror, a reflection of the energy you carry within. When your spirit is aligned with clarity, courage, and self-trust, prosperity follows not as a reward, but as an inevitable consequence of that inner state. On April 29th, as the stars align in your favor, there is a unique opportunity not just to receive abundance, but to truly understand it. Yet, as with all great openings, there are also tests of your readiness. The tension between Mars and Saturn reminds us that even on a day of profound potential, impulsiveness can scatter the seeds we have waited so long to harvest. Mars pushes for quick action, for bold leaps without caution. Saturn, in contrast, demands structure, patience, and responsibility. Together, they create a friction that, if not handled with awareness, can lead to missed chances or costly mistakes. Rather than resisting this energy, you are invited to work with it consciously. It is not a battle to be fought, but a current to be navigated with wisdom. Like a skilled sailor who reads the wind before setting sail, you are asked to tune into the flow of circumstances around you and respond, not react. To pause before making financial commitments. To breathe deeply before signing agreements. To trust that acting from calm discernment rather than anxious excitement will always yield the more enduring rewards. There is an old teaching that says wealth does not simply belong to the bold or the busy, it belongs to the wise. The one who knows when to act, when to wait, and when to step aside entirely. Today, the practical side of abundance calls for you to establish conscious stewardship over your resources. Setting a personal budget is not an act of limitation, it is an act of self-respect, a declaration that you are capable of handling greater responsibility. Saving diligently is not scarcity thinking, it is the preparation of soil before planting even larger dreams. Smart investment is not about chasing trends or quick wins, it is about choosing stability over spectacle, patience over pressure. Sometimes the strongest financial decision is the one that feels unglamorous at first, building a foundation so sturdy that even the strongest winds of change cannot uproot you later. Quick gains are tempting, but true wealth, like true inner peace, is something cultivated slowly, intentionally, with great love and care. The magician, the guiding tarot energy for this phase, appears not to offer you magic tricks, but to remind you, you already possess everything you need. Within your mind, your heart, your skills, and your will lies the power to create the financial reality you desire. The tools are not missing, they are waiting for you to wield them with conscious focus. There is a discipline to manifestation, just as there is a discipline to breathing, to walking, to living mindfully. As you move through this portal of opportunity, remember that prosperity is not measured only by how much flows in, but by how wisely and gratefully you channel it. Like a river that nourishes everything it touches when it flows freely but destroys when it floods recklessly, your financial energy needs both freedom and guidance. Your task is not to fear money, nor to idolize it, but to treat it as the sacred, neutral current that it is. When your mind is clear, your heart is steady, and your actions are deliberate, abundance becomes not something you chase, but something that rises to meet you, naturally, effortlessly, beautifully. Not every decision can be made through analysis alone. As the currents of opportunity swell around you this April 29th, something deeper within you stirs, asking for your attention in a quieter, more profound way. While your mind can measure options and your experience can weigh probabilities, your heart holds a wisdom that defies logic. It is this inner voice, your intuition, that is now being amplified by the moon's subtle, yet undeniable influence. There is a reason the greatest transformations in life often begin not with a calculation, but with a whisper. An unexplainable knowing that something must be pursued, or sometimes, something must be left behind. In this pivotal moment, trusting that soft whisper becomes essential. However, true intuitive action is not the same as blind impulse. It's a sacred dance between sensing and discerning, between openness and clarity. Rather than racing forward or clinging to fear, this is the time to sit with yourself, even briefly, and ask with full sincerity, what is truly calling me? Not what others expect. Not what past versions of yourself once wanted. But what your highest self, right now, feels pulled toward with a quiet, magnetic certainty. Imagine a still pond, untouched by wind. When you gaze into its surface, the reflection is pure and true. But when disturbed by hurried movements or turbulent thoughts, the surface distorts, hiding the clarity beneath. Your mind is the same. By breathing slowly, letting your thoughts settle without force, you allow the deeper truths within you to rise, effortlessly, to the surface. Taking 5 minutes in the early morning, before the world crowds in with its noise, can open doorways you didn't even know were locked. With each inhale, invite presence. With each exhale, release the chatter and urgency. Then listen, not with judgment, but with genuine curiosity. Write down whatever answers come, even if they seem incomplete or surprising. Sometimes the most life-changing insights arrive wrapped in simplicity. There is a quiet but profound teaching here. Real wisdom does not shout. It waits for the listener to become still enough to hear. In cultivating this inner stillness, you align yourself with a flow much larger and wiser than any individual desire or fear. You begin to move with life, rather than against it. Affirmations can further root this connection into your daily consciousness. Speaking aloud, "I open myself to the abundant opportunities flowing to me," is not wishful thinking, it is a declaration of readiness. Whispering, "I trust my intuition and act with wisdom," is not a passive hope, it is a commitment to honoring your own inner compass. The High Priestess, the guardian archetype of intuition and sacred inner knowledge, watches over this part of your journey. She reminds you that you already possess the insight you seek. It was never missing, only waiting for the right moment to be acknowledged. True intuitive power arises not from seeking signs frantically outside yourself, but from deep trust in the sanctuary of your own knowing. Allow this day to be a practice of gentle listening. Let your steps be guided not by anxiety, but by an unwavering trust that the same energy that brought you here, to this turning point, is the energy that will carry you forward, if you have the courage to listen, and the heart to act when the time comes. If listening to your inner voice brings clarity, then opening your heart to others invites expansion. As Venus casts her radiant light across your path this April 29th, you are being called not only to trust yourself but to recognize the quiet power that flows through your connections with others. Love, in its purest form, is not an emotion clutched or controlled. It is a current, like the breath, moving in and out of life naturally, abundantly, when we simply allow it. This particular alignment reminds you that when you vibrate in the frequency of love, authentic, generous, unguarded love, everything else aligns almost effortlessly. Opportunities seem to find you, support rises from unexpected places, doors open where once there were only walls. It's not magic. It's the way energy responds to purity of intention and openness of heart. On this day, some of you may find a rekindling of warmth in relationships that have grown routine or distant. Others may encounter a new soul connection, someone whose presence feels less like discovery and more like remembrance. No matter which form it takes, the underlying truth is the same. When you show up with a heart unburdened by pretense, when you extend kindness without strategy, the universe echoes that vibration back to you in forms beyond what your mind can plan. There is an old insight that says the flower does not chase the bee. It simply blooms, and in blooming, it invites. In the same way, your task is not to force connections but to bloom where you are, to become so present, so rooted in your own authenticity, that those meant to walk your path cannot help but find you. In practical terms, this might look like reaching out to someone you've been thinking about without overanalyzing why. It might mean accepting an invitation you would normally decline, trusting that the right energies meet us when we step outside habitual patterns. It may even mean simply being more available, to look up from your routine, to meet a stranger's gaze, to engage in small acts of openness wherever you are. Communication on this day carries special weight. Speak sincerely, not to impress or to seek validation, but to express. Share your dreams, your thoughts, your presence. Vulnerability, far from being a weakness, becomes the bridge to everything truly meaningful. When you stop trying to manage perceptions and simply exist with honesty, you become a magnet for true connection. The Lovers, the tarot archetype guiding this moment, is not only about romantic love, it's about all sacred choices made from the space of love rather than fear. Every decision you make while rooted in fear limits you. Every decision you make while rooted in love expands you. This is not about abandoning discernment, but about honoring the truth that when you trust in love's natural intelligence, you align yourself with the most powerful creative force in the universe. Let today be a practice in letting go of control and letting in presence. Let love be not something you chase or guard, but something you embody, calm, bright, and freely given. Trust that in doing so, you are not only inviting joy into your relationships but also unlocking the very abundance, success, and fulfillment you have been diligently working toward. For in the end, it is the invisible threads of genuine connection that weave the strongest, most beautiful patterns into the fabric of our lives. As love softens your world and opens new pathways, your body, the sacred vessel through which all dreams must travel, calls gently for your attention. No matter how aligned the stars are, no matter how brightly your spirit burns, without a strong and steady foundation in your physical being, it becomes harder to hold the blessings life is preparing to send you. On this powerful day, as cosmic forces stir great movements in your outer and inner worlds, it is vital to remember that caring for your health is not a luxury, it is an act of deep respect for the life energy flowing through you. True strength, as the tarot card Strength reminds us, is not merely about force or endurance. It is about resilience born from balance, courage anchored in serenity. In the same way a tree grows tallest when its roots are nourished, your ambitions, dreams, and relationships thrive best when your body and mind are centered and nourished first. April 29th brings an invitation to listen to your body's quieter needs. Stress, if left unattended, acts like invisible hands, slowly pulling at the threads of your energy, distracting you from your purpose. By choosing gentle, mindful practices such as simple yoga stretches, breathing exercises, or even silent walks in nature, you are not merely relaxing, you are strengthening the very core of your being. You are reaffirming that your worth is not measured by endless striving but by the quality of your inner presence. Nutrition, too, becomes a sacred practice today. Foods rich in magnesium and potassium, like vibrant leafy greens, creamy avocados, sweet bananas, and crunchy almonds, are more than sources of vitamins, they are allies for your nervous system. They ground you, stabilize your energy, and prepare you to meet challenges with clear-headed wisdom rather than reactive urgency. Every mindful meal you take is a reminder that success is not a sprint, but a sustained, graceful journey requiring care at every step. Breath, the simplest and most profound of all life forces, offers another key. Consider taking just a few minutes to breathe deeply today, not shallow, unconscious breathing, but full, diaphragmatic breaths where you imagine drawing in pure, bright light with every inhale, and releasing all tension, doubt, and heaviness with every exhale. In that simple act, you are participating in a cosmic rhythm, aligning yourself with a deeper intelligence that always seeks your thriving. There is a quiet wisdom often shared: if you do not make time for your health, you will be forced to make time for illness. But rather than viewing this as a warning, consider it a loving reminder that you are too precious, too important, to neglect. Your dreams deserve a vessel strong enough to carry them. Your soul's purpose deserves a home that feels vibrant and alive. Choosing to care for yourself today is not about fear of what might go wrong. It is an offering, a sacred partnership with life itself. It is whispering to the universe, I am ready to receive. I am ready to sustain the blessings that are meant for me. As you move through this powerful day, remember that true power radiates most brightly from those who are whole within themselves. When you nurture your body with love and attention, when you honor your mind's need for peace, when you breathe as if every breath is a prayer, you are preparing not only to succeed but to sustain your success with grace, joy, and deep fulfillment. Your light, dear Leo, is meant to last a lifetime. Treat it with the reverence it deserves. Dear Leo, if you're still wondering whether today's energy was truly meant for you, let me remind you from the depth of my heart, the universe doesn't send signs by mistake. April 29th is not just another date on the calendar, it is a sacred invitation to step forward, to shine without hesitation, and to embrace the vast new chapter unfolding before you. You do not need anyone's permission to ignite your fire. You do not need the world's approval to succeed. The greatest power you seek is already alive within you, waiting patiently for you to recognize it. You, dear Leo, are the sun of your own life, and no one, no circumstance, can dim your light unless you allow it. When you nourish your body with love, when you listen to your intuition with trust, when you show up in the world with an open heart and a courageous spirit, you are not only transforming your own destiny, you are sending ripples through the collective energy we are all weaving together. You are stronger than you realize. You are deeper than you've ever dared to believe. And you are more ready than ever to meet the opportunities, the relationships, and the breakthroughs that have been waiting just beyond your next brave step. So the question becomes, what will you choose today? Will you stay rooted in what feels familiar but too small for your growing soul? Or will you trust the quiet voice within you that's whispering it's time to leap, even if your knees tremble? Take a moment, right now, and ask yourself, if nothing could hold me back, if I truly believed I was worthy, what would I do next? What would I claim for myself? What first bold step would I take toward the life I know in my heart is meant for me? If these questions spark even the faintest flicker of excitement in you, then that is your sign. I invite you, no, I encourage you, to claim this moment. Comment below with, I am ready, and share the angel number you feel most drawn to right now, whether it's 111, 555, 777, or a number uniquely sacred to you. That number is not random. It's a bridge between your intention and the reality that's rushing to meet it. I want to take a heartfelt moment to thank you for being here, for choosing to spend your precious time listening to the wisdom carried by the stars. Every like you give, every comment you leave, every subscription you make to this eternal mindfulness family, it fuels this sacred space, allowing us to continue sharing messages that are not just information, but transformation. And trust me, beloved Leo, you will want to stay connected, because what the universe is preparing for you in the days and weeks ahead is more breathtaking, more life-shifting, than anything you have imagined so far. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. The real question is, will you choose, today, to believe in yourself? Because if you are ready to say yes, not just with your mind but with your whole being, then your journey toward greatness has already begun. Right here. Right now. Let's walk this luminous path together.